Hey guys!
Hello.
Welcome. So, as the shout out said before for the notification, when the DM is away, the players will. It's a one
What?
shot! So, Avery, our resident demon, has so kindly agreed to running us through one of her amazing one shots. I've already told the
Yay!
players, but I have heard that Avery is a very, very challenging DM, and I am ready for
What?
anything to come my way tonight.
Here we go.
I'm completely innocent.
Oh my god! I love when you lie
Oh
so
my
cute like that.
god.
But but to get us started, Griffin Co. Thank you, Griffin Co. for being our longest time sponsor. You guys can check them out at griffinco.com. They have everything from 3D printed minis. They have terrain. They have laser engraving. They have so many. They have plushies. They have all the things. Check them out at griffinco.com and be sure to use our code Fable42 to get 22% off your purchase. Thank you, Griffin Co.
And then after you do that, you should check out our friends at Underground Oracle. They make their own custom gaming system, the Cipher system, really awesome. They have expansions, they have one shots, they have different character races that you can play as, and yeah, just lots of cool stuff for you to check out at undergroundoracle.com or Drive Through RPG. And then hey, while you're checking them out, you should also check out Nine Realms Creations. They hand make all of their products from fine wood and just very well manufactured stuff, but also affordable. It's not like you're going to be paying for mahogany, dice sets or dice towers or anything like that. So with your budget in mind, you should definitely check them out and use the code Fabled42 to get 10% off on your next purchase at ninerealmscreations.com.
And then when you're done with that, you should head over to thecriticaldice.com and check out the Critical Dice subscription service. You get a different set of dice every month if you sign up. Otherwise, you can just purchase the dice right on their website. That's thecriticaldice.com. And then whenever you're done with that, you can head on over to our YouTube. We are trying to reach 1,000 subs on YouTube, and I believe we're in the 930 range.
Ish.
So ish. So if we can go over to our YouTube place, let's try to get 1,000 subs. Tell your friends, tell everyone,
Tell your
and
second cousins.
tell literally your dog. No, and their Instagram account. No, then once we hit 1,000 subs, we can have a giveaway. So that'll be super fun, and it could be for someone, I don't know. Good stuff. We do a lot of fun giveaways here, okay? We like to give stuff away. So yeah, check out our YouTube. Also, all of our old videos, since we are doing a one-shot today. If you want to catch back up with the Crypt Creatures campaign that we have with Anne, you should all of it is on our YouTube. So go over there, subscribe, tell everybody about it, and let's make ourselves the next critical dice, or not
Critical
critical dice,
Role.
critical role. Yeah, there
Oh
you go.
jeez.
Oh, that's gonna happen.
Oh
It'll
jeez. Oh
happen.
wow.
Smile.
Hey, you don't know
Uh,
who's watching right now.
And I'll
Exactly.
take over Anne's usual shout out. So, for our subscribers, if you do want to help us through this one shot, if you want us to live, or if you want to help Avery kill us, you can use your subscriber perks to give out luck and inspiration to either side you want. If you're not a subscriber, you can still use bits. There is a bit menu down below. Don't have the cost memorized, but check it out. You can also use their bits. And I think channel points. I was looking into channel points earlier. Check it out. But yeah, without further ado, Avery, oh great and powerful DM, take it away.
Okay. The setting of this one shot is the world of Hazier, a setting where magic is prevalent enough that minor healing potions can be found in any town, and enchanted weapons and armor can be found in any major city for the right price. Adventurers regularly go hunting for legendary items, though such tasks are dangerous, and more often than not, adventurers don't return. An international organization known as the Yinxiang Liangmeng, or the League of Heroes, has a monopoly on adventuring in most of the known world, which is why your group is heading out to the very edge of the known world in search of wealth untouched by the adventurers of the League. You are treasure seekers, not heroes, heading into the ruins of the legendary ancient civilization known as Blackmoor. Blackmoor once controlled much of the western continent of Lin, but long ago disappeared in a cataclysm. Now the jungle covers the eastern half of the continent, and the imperial theocratic dictatorship known as the Tharquish Empire rules the southwest and the seas around it. The shores of the jungle, known as the Wild Coast, are extremely dangerous, and the Tharquish Empire does not stand for trespassers. So you've taken a small sailing ship from the northern port of Desyati, survived a dangerous voyage across the Raojidi Ocean, and you intended to land directly at the ruins of Blackmoor. However, as you approached the city, the water was increasingly mixed with larger and larger pieces of a strange black ice, and you were forced to turn aside, landing in a few mile-wide strip of grasslands between the ruins and the jungle. So, hoping to find valuable treasures, magical items, or lost technology, you disembark and head west into the outskirts of the last remaining ruins of this great lost civilization. What is your traveling order and type of approach?
Okay.
Well, being the tallest of the three of us, I'll carry the rear and just make sure that I can see out ahead while also guarding from any threats behind.
Okay.
I can take the charge. I'm good with maps.
Awesome. I'm definitely in the middle because I am extremely skittish. I don't want to be in front. I don't want to be left behind. I'm in the middle of the team.
Okay. And are you proceeding stealthily, boldly,
Casually.
casually?
We're not trying to make noise. We are adventurers. We've been through this before. I think in some ways all of us are experienced adventurers. However, yeah, we're not the most stealthiest. We talk, you know. We talk, but we're not any type of ninja or anything.
All right, can I have everybody make a perception check, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's just get some dice rolls going.
Oh, I should. Oh, you know what? I was like, I shouldn't do digital dice today. I should actually roll real dice, but I got 25, so maybe not.
I have 15.
I have a 14.
Okay. Toddle, you are the first to notice. Not something out in the distance or some creature approaching, but you notice that there is a fine black dust coating the ground. The ground, which is lifeless, just barren dirt. And you realize that this dust sort of crunches as you walk on it. And you realize that it's actually a frost, not a dust, but it's this coal black. It's coating the entire ground, all of the rocks you can see, and there is no plant life whatsoever.
Okay. So this is the black ice you were talking about that was on the sea?
It
Maybe?
is similar.
Similar, okay.
They're both black, they're both ice.
Yeah.
One of them was like chunks of ice, and this one is like a frosted dust.
No. Me being tall. Okay. I am gonna scoop some. I have a handful of vials on my person at all times. I am going to scoop some of this and kind of mess around with it and see if can I do what's it like maybe a medicine to see if I know the substance?
Sure.
Or can
Make a
identify
medicine check.
properties of the substance?
Medicine
Other
check
than it
sounds good.
being frost. Okay, I got 16. That's not too bad.
Okay.
Nice.
It's not something that you've seen before exactly.
Okay.
But you do notice while you're scooping it up, that it seems to have similar properties to certain types of acid, but it doesn't seem to do any damage to the vial that you scoop it up in.
Okay. I'm gonna stop the rest of the group from proceeding forward and say, hey, everyone, just make note, this is not our typical, black ice. This is has some type of corrosive material attached to it, which just be careful. Maybe is there any way we could walk around it, or is it just
As far as the eye
I
can
can
see?
Okay, so we
Yeah.
gotta walk. Okay.
Not back the way you came. It kind of started as you started walking, but everything ahead of you if you want to go this direction towards the city.
Yeah, also despite the fact that there's like no visible life around, this is looking pretty desolate. Can I get the time of day, as I have keen mind?
Sure. It's a little after midday.
Okay, cool.
The sun is high in the sky.
Okay.
The light is good. You have some hours before it even moves towards dusk.
Okay. I think that's all. I'll continue forward as I just preparily caution the team, since I don't think we can move around it. I maybe even suggest for Calamity to get on top of Avery so that at least doesn't damage his little bunny feet.
Sounds good to me. And I start climbing up your leg and then your thigh and then like getting to your shoulder. Okay, I'm good.
Okay.
Tuttle, have you tested your shoe on that?
So Tuttle wears some pretty funny, like they look like battle. I mean, like any gnome with the curly shoes, he has these like battle versions where they're like kind of metal looking, but they still curl in and have little puffies at the end.
Are the soles made of metal, or are they like leather?
No,
fabric?
it would just be your rubber sole.
Rubber.
But like kind of like a pair of Doc Martens where it's like real thick.
No, I'm just wondering how
Artificer.
you got okay.
Yeah.
Processed rubber in this world, but
You're a thing.
He processed it.
Resin, how about that? That's more like high fantasy accurate. Resin. From tree sap. I don't know. Anyway,
from the rubber tree?
From the no, the sap, you can make resin from tree sap. Anyway, okay. I will proceed walking through it, but
Okay.
I will just I know Calamity I don't think has shoes, so I want him to be okay, and then Avery has armor on, so.
Yeah, Avery, are you wearing like leather boots or
I mean, I have what are they called? Greaves.
Greaves, yeah.
Yeah. And then Greaves, gauntlets, and a chest plate, but like my wrist to shoulder and like knee to waist are leathers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So your boots are probably leather. They might have part of the greaves on top, but not.
Yeah, it would probably guard it
Exactly.
from the top, but just be leather underneath.
Okay.
Because I don't have rubber.
I ain't no fancy bitch. All right.
We will proceed
You continue
forward.
walking towards the city. Everybody, please make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh shit.
Well, hopefully we didn't get far.
Is it magic?
Yes.
Con
I
save.
have
Remember, everyone gets
advantage.
+3 from me.
Oh, thank God.
Okay, I get
Con.
27.
I have 21.
I have 18.
No, 28. 28.
God damn. Okay.
That's with the +3.
Go ahead.
Good to know. So you continue walking towards the city, not feeling any adverse effects of the ice as far as you can tell.
Yay.
You did have to land fairly far away, so eventually, just as you're kind of getting closer to where the actual city begins, I imagine you take a break for a couple of minutes and check out the bottom of your shoes since it was brought up. And there is definitely some corrosion happening on the bottom of both of your shoes since they're both organic. It's not happening super fast, but you're noticing like pock marks in it a lot faster than you would just walking on them normally.
Okay.
A few hours or like a day on this might eat straight through them.
Are we still standing on the stuff?
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Okay. I thought from the sound of it, it sounded like we might be outside the city. And I was like, they can't have that in the city. I would imagine.
You have not quite reached the city yet, and it is still everywhere.
Oh boy.
Does it have a certain smell?
No.
No.
Okay. Guys, should we be?
I suppose it has sort of an acrid smell to it. Sort of an acidic feel when you smell it.
Gotcha. Guys, I'm getting kind of a weird. It has a weird smell. It's kind of acidy, kind of acidy. It reminds me of that. Reminds me of that one time I threw up on the ship, and it burned things.
Yeah.
Yes, that time. I remember that.
Yeah. So, is there like any rocks? Maybe there's like pebbles or something. I look around, DM. Do I see like any kind of pathway of rock or pebble or anything like that?
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Meanwhile.
I got a total of. I'm sorry. Literally, this is like my third 9 I've rolled. I have not rolled yet above a 10. So my perception comes to. Oh, this is pretty high. 16 total.
Okay. So you look around, and the first thing that you notice is that you are getting very close to the ruins of some buildings. Out this far from the city, they are pretty much down to the foundations. You just see like some of the bases of the walls sticking up, and those are also all kind of lightly coated, not as thickly coated as the ground, but a little bit of black speckled on them. But you don't make out any sort of path or road of some other material.
Okay, gotcha. Well, let's just, I guess, try to be careful. I feel like eventually it's gonna eat through you guys' shoes. I wonder. And I'm gonna like kind of just like kind of creep down from Avery, but not touching the ground. I will put like my left hand like kind of in kind of like the black mud and like pull it up and just kind of like shake it off and see if I feel anything.
It burns.
Yeah, no, I could have told you that. I'm gonna try
You take 1 point of necrotic damage.
Oh shit. Okay, well.
Interesting.
That felt weird. I've never felt a burn like that. It felt kind of different from fire. But yeah, we should probably not stay here for too long, okay? We should probably go, okay?
I'm gonna do something. I am gonna. So it's like a cold. I want to do something kind of funny. I'm gonna make a snowman. It's like you said it's like snow, so I'm like,
Hopefully you have
okay.
something covering your hands.
Yeah, I have pretty gnarly gloves.
Okay.
Yeah, so Toddle wears gloves. I'm gonna really quickly like
Just artificer
assemble
things.
I'm really gonna quickly like assemble a little like snowman looking thing and see if anything happens. And like give it a face and everything and arms.
Okay.
Avery wasn't prepared for my
I was not.
Yeah. Welcome to Mackenzie.
You take some time to kind of pile it up into a small snow person. There isn't a whole lot on the ground where you are right now, maybe like a quarter to half an inch. So you scoop up kind of a small snow person, and you kind of pack it into some balls and give it some arms, and you have a black snow person. Coal black.
Okay. And I look at the team and I'm gonna be like, is anything happening? Does anyone notice anything happening?
Just for my own
DM.
understanding, DM, this black stuff that is somewhat acidic and necrotic. Is this the stuff that looks like dirty like snow? Or is snow on top of it? Oh, okay, understood.
One and the same, yeah.
Was it cold when I touched it?
Not really.
How did it feel in my hands?
Mostly you just noticed that it burned immediately.
Okay.
And from what it looked like, you pulled back right away.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. This kind of looks like it's just sitting there. Is it supposed to do something? Is it supposed to move?
I just was trying something, like maybe it would turn into like a creature or something. I don't know if this stuff has a heart. Or is imbued with like dark aura magic or something to make it so that way it turns into something naughty, or I don't know.
Averin would also like to try something. So he's gonna grab his shield and he's gonna scoop some of it onto like the interior, use it almost like a bowl, and then use a very small firebolt on just a little small, almost handful puff of this black snow to see if it's combustible.
Okay. Are you holding the shield as
So
you
I'm
do this?
holding the shield, in hand like this, like it's a bowl, and then just kind of going.
Okay. You shoot it with a bolt of fire, and it sort of goes up in a puff of smoke. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh shit. Oh fuck.
Does 28 pass?
I will make a note of it.
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh no!
Okay. Well, as that's before I say anything, do you do anything with that, Averin?
Do I do anything with what? I was just checking to see if it was combustible.
Yeah.
Which apparently it
The
is.
element, yeah.
But I mean, we're also surrounded by this stuff, so I don't necessarily want to ignite the whole thing.
Yeah. So
a chain reaction.
Don't set it on fire.
DM, you said that I saw houses in the distance that had, or that same black stuff on the ends, or I said some kind of wooden structure or something, or no?
You're starting to see like the foundations of like you just see like the very bottoms of like walls, as if the walls have almost entirely collapsed. It looks like they might have been stone walls of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little hard to see because they're almost all the way down to the ground, and there is some of the black dust kind of dusting over them. You can see that there's another color beneath that, unlike the ground where you can't see the dirt until you scrape away the ice.
Mm-hmm.
I say ice with quotation marks, but on those what look like stone structures in the distance, it looks like it's not as thickly coating it.
Okay, you guys, I see some kind of like stone rocky structures over there, and it seems to not be so much covered in this black stuff. So maybe we should just kind of go over there right now.
Yeah,
Maybe right
I
now.
agree.
That's probably for the best. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's go.
And as we're moving along, my fur is gonna flicker, and it's kind of like this purple glitter, kind of for like a blink of an eye, kind of like dances across my body as I cast mage armor on myself, and we're just going along.
Okay. As your travel continues, on the ground, the black frost does grow thicker in the direction you're going, but you begin to pass among these. Hi, Genji. I have a cat. I'm hoping he'll jump up on the desk at some
That
point.
would be great, please.
You do begin to pass between the outlines of foundations, and then the farther you go towards the northwest coast, where the heart of the city is, where your goal is, the less damaged the buildings become. And as there begin to be slightly less damaged buildings, you notice that the black frost has actually sort of crept up the sides, but only about an inch or so. So once you get foundations and walls that are over an inch above the ground, you start to get tops that don't have any black ice. And they are all made out of a similar sort of beige stone, almost like sandstone, but harder, that none of you have necessarily seen before.
Well, that's an interesting looking stone. Tuttle, have you seen any stonework like this before?
I roll something for that, Avery.
Yes, roll nature?
Okay. Hey, I got a dirty 20.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey!
You may have seen something not entirely dissimilar to this. It's clear to you that this is not a natural stone. You can tell really just at a glance with your artificer knowledge that these walls all appear to be one solid long block, even turning corners. So if this had been a single stone, every single building would have had to be carved out of these giant ones. You think that it's much more likely that it was somehow created. You don't know if that was necessarily through magic or simply through alchemy, but you're fairly certain that it was created where it is.
Got it. So I'm going to turn to them and say that this was man-made, this isn't natural. This was man-made. So there must be fine creators amongst the walls of this place, because for these giant structures to be formed just like this would have taken a lot of work, and none of this is natural, and collecting all the material. So basically Toddle is like analyzing and being like very intrigued by this.
Oh yeah, Tuttle. You think maybe you could chip off some pieces of this stone and put it under our shoes? Maybe it'll fasten it in place.
I mean, yeah, of course I could. It's more of like, do I want to destroy this nice building?
I don't know that anyone's enjoying this building right now.
I know it's abandoned. It's just so pretty. I'm gonna
maybe chip it off of the back of the building, the part that people don't see.
I mean, that's so. So Toddle is gonna look around for maybe a sore spot that has a little bit less structure. Maybe it's already tearing at some degree, and is going to try to chip away at some of this material in order to build some
snowshoes.
Basically something that can withstand this black frost that is corroding everything.
It's not hard to find a spot that's, damaged enough that you don't think you would notice some more damage. That's pretty much all of it. Even The largest segments are kind of rocky and ridged and pockmarked, as if they were, subject to a lot of damage and probably also a lot of time. So you find a spot that's like particularly crumbled into like pieces already, so you can just like break up some pieces. And it's fairly heavy. It is as heavy as stone would be. And it's fairly crumbly, kind of like sandstone would be.
Yeah.
When you try to break it too thin, it sort of breaks into pieces, but you're able to make, sort of thick chunks to put beneath your shoes and Avery's shoes.
I was gonna say, like, mix it with like a mud substance, or mix it with like many of the substances I carry. And make kind of like a mud, like a mud glue sort of scenario, and slap it on.
What's your primary ability for your alchemy?
Mainly potions. Like, he mainly like specializes in like poisons and healing and that type of stuff. So liquids. That's always been his alchemy. So like main focus. Yeah.
And for Artificer, what's the primary ability score? Wisdom?
I think it's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Make an intelligence check with your proficiency bonus.
Okay. Cool. Is that just a D20?
Yeah, just a D20, and then add your intelligence bonus and your proficiency modifier.
Okay. Okay. 14?
Okay. You mix. You kind of crumble some of it a little bit and mix it with some of your some of the liquids you have in various vials and things. You're not able to get it to bind quite as well as you had hoped. You're not sure exactly how long it'll last before walking on it will sort of just start to smush it into nothingness, but it'll hold for a little while, you think?
Oh, and I'll definitely grab like some extra with me. Yeah.
Just gonna carry on a backpack full of bricks.
Yes. Not too much, but...
Just gonna ask, what's your strength?
Very pathetic strength. But mans can carry, that's all I can
holding?
say. I do have one, yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
Worth noting. Okay. So you carry on after having strapped these to the bottom of your shoes and Avery's shoes. Are you also strapping some to the bottom of Calamity's feet?
No,
I'm still carrying them.
Yeah, he's gonna stay up and out.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'm putting wings on him.
Everybody make a perception check.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright, I'm not using this die for the rest of the night.
Nice,
Again, I rolled an... Anyway.
I rolled a nat 1.
I rolled a 13.
I rolled a 15.
Okay. Avery, you said 13?
Yes.
Okay, the two of you notice something that Toddle does not. As you are proceeding into the city, there are more of these sort of ruins of buildings, and some of them a little bit bigger, and sometimes sort of collapsed walls into just sort of rubble mounds. And the two of you see something take off into the air from behind one of these, just as you get close to it. And you don't get a very good look at it, but it sort of reminds you of a very, very, very large wasp with like fast beating wings and sort of that pointed end. And it takes off and it's gone into the city before you really have a chance to make out more details.
It's gone into the city, so it's going where we came from, or it's going where we're going?
Where you're going. Your goal is the heart of the city, and that's the direction it's going.
Gotcha. Did anyone else see that?
Oh
What?
yeah, I saw that.
What did,
That looked like trouble.
what did you guys see?
Best I can describe it was like a giant, like a hornet or a wasp.
Oh,
But
fuck.
it was really dark. I couldn't really make out much, but yeah, it did did kind of shape like that. And it looks like it went in the direction that we're trying to go.
Yay! They're gonna steal our treasure. The bugs. They're gonna steal our.
You think bugs want treasure?
Yeah. I mean,
Let's just hope that that particular one's on its own.
that would be nice. I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight things with stingers today.
All right. Well, I guess we should be going.
Yeah, just like a groan throughout the whole camp of just like me and actually fun fact, me and Calamity have fought hell bugs and it was
They suck.
so hard. Yeah, that
I think
was,
I escaped some hell bugs.
yeah, that
So
Yeah,
player
bugs
question.
suck.
Player question between my team. This mission that we're on currently to get this treasure from this city. Who do you think? Which of you two do you think it was that proposed this to the team? Who are we?
Toddle, totally Toddle,
Toddle?
100%
Okay,
Toddle.
okay. Toddle, I really hope that this pays off because I'm not feeling very comfortable here.
Don't worry. I'm sure we'll make some friends along the way. You know how I work.
That's never happened.
And if not,
before.
It's
maybe we'll make some
literally
money.
happened. Yeah, and also we could. I mean, it's not the money I'm in it for. It's in it because I really want the ooh ah shiny thing. That I could make things with that could potentially be cool. It'll be
Total-
good.
This
You
is.
gotta trust me.
I'm
It sounded cool. You gotta trust me. You're with me. I got you.
I just want to make sure that are we doing this for you or for your organization?
No, it's not. Fuck those guys. This is for us to better ourselves and hopefully make us better people in the end.
Okay, all right.
What will
This
make
is
me a
not-
better person in the end is enough money to buy a good meal and
Yeah.
a nice mug of ale.
Just like I show Avery just like how much money I've made over my journeys, and I'm like, if you need money, I got you. It's just I want the ooh shiny thing to make fun things with. I want
Okay, well, let's go get the ooh shiny thing and
yeah.
make
Could
some
you
friends.
imagine if I could like what if I could like make it so this black frost stuff like could form into a being that could like aid us? I don't know. I'm just saying there's some possibilities creatively here. Why subjugate ourselves from not having something that is just sitting there in the world?
So as we're walking on into
Yes.
the city, as Toddle is kind of like rambling on, like the last thing I say is just like, Toddle, you're so creative. and we just enter, we go deeper into the city.
And you are my friend, so you get the benefits of all this.
So
all
you're
right.
saying you two are friends with benefits?
Toddle's just gonna be laughing. He's just gonna be laughing throughout the whole like
For the
next-
very first time in the campaign, or I guess this is outside the campaign, I give you like the like
most
this the
highest
deepest
brow.
like the fuck stare. Like I'm just like
The
what
fuck?
the actual I'm just go on.
That's
guy
actually
who,
a
like-
really good the fuck stare, GW.
The guy with the who like smiles and all the question marks appear. Like
All right,
Um,
so as you continue and the buildings continue to grow more intact, the path between them also starts to grow somewhat rocky with pieces of this broken up stone, still all covered in this, black ice, frost.
Completely,
But as you know,
do edges poke out from it?
edges poke out, especially bits that are sort of like straight up or that are taller. And as you walk on it with your sort of muddy stone shoes, it scrapes off some of the frost and you can see beneath. Um, and you also start to see among these buildings, which are now starting to be the shells of full buildings, or at least, one-story buildings, you start to see impressively large pieces of shaped metal that are like into panels and bars and gratings and beams. All sorts of things that you would, in your world, would take quite a bit of effort and blacksmithing to make something that uniform and that large, probably magic. But it's all over the place. And some of it is gone to rust, and some of it is covered in this black frost. But a lot of it is still in reasonably good condition, along with more and more of these stone buildings that you see. If everybody could make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Hmm.
Is it magic?
Yes.
Yay.
I rolled a 23.
I got a 12. Oh, and then do we get +3?
God damn it. Oh, plus
You
3,
guys
right?
do.
Yeah, okay, so
15.
18 for me. Oh, wait. Let me double check that. Yeah, 18 for me.
Okay.
Hey, Everett.
So at this point, the sort of road between the buildings has actually become mostly flat, although it's still cracked and pockmarked. The buildings are starting to be almost entirely intact structures, although the door and window frames are largely empty, save where there are metal doors or shutters. And you start to hear a sort of scraping sound, like coming from ahead of you around a corner.
I kind of gesture for the two of them to hold back as I slowly make my way towards the corner and peek around.
Okay. You peek around this corner and you see a strange sight. You see just outside the empty doorway of a building is what appears to be a large, and when I say large, I mean like maybe 2 feet across in this case, metallic beetle.
Oh.
It looks like it was once gold-colored, but long since faded and tarnished. It walks on 6 legs, while another pair of front legs are repeatedly scraping the road in front of it. It continues a few feet past the doorway, then it turns and begins to parallel its path. It's not quite taking the same exact path, back in the opposite direction, leaving 2 trails empty of the black frost where its arms are scraping. And it proceeds a couple of feet past the doorway, and it turns, and it starts to do it again in a new, slightly offset path. Just constantly.
What do you
So
see?
So it's almost like a street sweeper?
Yeah!
Without anything, like, it's a street sweeper if its arms had been, like, ground down from sweeping, just continually sweeping.
Yeah.
Just keep sweeping when your broom is gone,
Yeah.
and then your hands are gone.
Gotcha. So I kind of gesture Calamity and Toddle to come up to me, because I know Toddle's going to want to see this.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do so.
Oh, that's
And I guess now that I was
cool.
thinking about it, you were on my shoulders anyway, Calamity, so you would have seen it.
You would have done the, like, peek around the corner together thing.
Oh, well, this is kind of our lucky day, huh? It made a little path for us. And I'm going to hop off your shoulders and onto the path that it made.
Okay. Yeah, it's just sort of a rectangular area around this doorway that's mostly clear of the black frost. It's not entirely clear because it's not really getting the entire road as it sweeps. But it's definitely, at this point, the black frost is, half an inch to an inch thick in places. And here it's... I just completely froze my words for no good reason.
Yeah, no, my brain. Yep, I feel it.
It's mostly gone. So when you jump off Haveran's shoulder, you do land on some of it, and you feel a little bit of a sting, but you don't take any additional damage from it.
Okay.
DM, are any of us aware or familiar with this metallic beetle? Of what it is or what it's called?
Make a history check.
Yeah, baby! Oh, I love history checks. I got a 16.
I got a 4.
That's my best thing.
I don't
eh?
study history.
Oh, I studied many a history.
I got a 12.
Okay. Toddle, you know a little bit from studying history and a little bit from your artificer knowledge that this is some sort of magically automated servant, right? You build a servant out of various gears and metal parts, and you use magic to animate it, and it does your tasks. That type of servant generally lasts for a little while. Really well-made ones last for years. You've never heard of any lasting for hundreds of years. But this one is still working away. And as far as you know, nobody's been here crafting new metal servants since this civilization was destroyed many hundreds of years ago. And as you get closer to it, since Calamity's already kind of closed in on it, I'm assuming the other two of you are following behind, you notice a few more details about it. First, you notice that there is a faint golden light emanating from inside of it. And it's giving off faint whirring and clicking noises, which sound in a sort of staccato broken pattern and seem to coincide with its sort of jerky motion. And where its front arms are scraping the ground, it's actually worn a groove into the surface of the road as it wears down the metal of its arms. If it once had, some sort of tools or hands on the end of those arms, they've long since worn away. And it does, with that staccato jerky motion, seem like it's maybe not operating completely correctly.
Oh my god, Toddle is like... Okay, so I think this will be the first time he's ever seen like an automaton in person, so he is losing it. It's gonna be really hard for him to keep his cool. He is gonna want to like look at this thing and then just inspect all the little details, and is just completely enamored with this creature, or this device, rather. I don't know.
Construct.
There you go, construct.
Yeah, that was the word I was looking for earlier.
Yes.
I couldn't find.
Yes, construct. That's the D&D thing for metal being. Yes. So he is like, I have read about these. I have never seen it in person. This is incredible. Like, oh, have you seen? Look at the light. And he is just gonna be poking and prodding this thing.
And as he does so, he's sort of just like gone up to it, and it tries to turn towards where you're standing, and it sort of pauses, and it sort of goes around you.
Oh, ingenious! How does it know? What? Is it a light? Does it sound?
Toddle, maybe, just be careful. We don't know if we're the only ones here or not, and, we don't know if it could be dangerous, so...
I mean, obviously, we're the only ones here. Look how old this thing is.
Oh,
But-
okay.
What's controlling it?
I don't know. That's what's so fascinating. And The scrolls are out. He's writing and scribbling and like just full on like an architecture or designer or anything.
Tuttle, maybe this isn't like the perfect time to do that. Maybe we should get inside somewhere and now.
Yeah, I was gonna
outside.
say, I'm gonna slowly open the door and peek inside.
There's no door, it's just an open doorway.
Oh, it's a doorway. I'm
Um,
sorry.
So you peek inside, and um, although the building structure is still mostly intact, um, there is still some damage. Some of the roof had collapsed, and you don't really see much in the way of anything inside besides those chunks of stone sitting around. If there had been anything, organic sitting in this room hundreds of years later, it would have gone to dust. So it's pretty much just an empty, dusty room. And the black ice does crawl in a little bit past the entrance, but only about a foot and very thin, seemingly sort of held at bay by this street sweeper.
I think we found the treasure, guys. It's this thing.
Real treasure was the construct.
The construct friend we made along the way.
Well, I mean, it's certainly valuable. If we can find out how to make it go in whatever direction we want, we basically hold a long stick with whatever it is at the end of it, and then we can use it to clear a path ahead of us.
That's what I'm saying. We need to find this thing's leader immediately so we can have a conversation.
DM, as Avaran and Tuttle go back and forth, sometimes, so Calamity is not a learned caster. He's not that kind of magic guy, but sometimes he just knows arcane things. Could I? Am I getting any kind of arcane anything from this this creeping ice that's slowly taking over things?
That music is actually kind of loud.
I'll take it.
You are starting to get some sort of sense. You're not sure if it's from the black ice or not, from the creeping black frost, but you are sort of starting to get a sort of itching at your magical senses, right? Where you might feel something coming to you about magic. It's just like a little itch. You're not sure what it is yet, but there's definitely something going on around you.
I kind of notice that kind of magical itch as I kind of stare at it, and my one of my ears twitches, and I just I leave it alone. I don't feel like there's anything important enough to say to the team, so I just kind of clock it, and I go on.
Hey, sometimes that's how it be.
Okay. Toddle, are you still standing staring at the
No, at
automaton?
this point, I have taken many notes, and I will have noticed that both of them have entered into the other room, and I'm going to proceed further.
Okay.
I'll follow, and as I'm following, I'm gonna say, Toddle, so these are automatons, these
Autobahns.
Autobahns. These Autobahns, so they're not like your willow seed. They're like metal.
No.
You can talk to your like willow seed sometimes, and it can't talk, but it responds. Do you think maybe you could talk to these Ottomans, and maybe they can say something? I don't know.
The willow seed is organic. So
Yeah.
So I do have. It's kind of using the artificer homunculus. What is it? Infusion. It's kind
Homunculus
of using
servant,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of using that, except it's not a construct. It's basically flavor for Anne to insert herself into the campaign sometimes. And it's the willow seed. Yeah, it's a seed I picked up, and it grew into basically Audrey too, which is awesome. And I keep it in a jar, and it does funny things. And so I'm gonna explain to Calamity, like, no, that thing, someone made that, someone programmed that. There is something that was created that how that thing was created was not of the ways of me being able to give life to this plant. That was just love and tender care. The automaton probably needs that
And
form
weird
just in a different language.
science.
Yeah, it's something I personally haven't dove into yet, but I've been fascinated ever since. But if I can get that thing to work under me, I sure as hell am gonna take it. It's very cool. I don't know. I think all constructs have a master I've read, so we
As
need to
Tuttle
go
is in the
find
middle of talking, my ears like shoot up when he says like take over the creature and use it or whatever. Like my ears shoot up like a light bulb just kind of went on. I looked to Avran. Avran, that thing we saw earlier that would look like a wasp or something. Do we think that that's also one of these automaton wands? And do we think that someone is using it?
You know, that's a really good question, Calamity. I hadn't even considered it until now. But the fact that we've got this insectoid Ottomans? Is it Ottomans?
Ottoman wand?
automaton. He's gonna keep saying it over.
A tom. Gotcha. Seems like if this one here is insectoid, then the one we saw fly by, it may be controlled by the same person. I don't know.
Okay.
And it makes me wonder now if they saw us earlier.
We need to look like bugs.
Well, while you figure that out, I'm gonna go ahead and start following Tuttle because I think Tuttle is following one of the automatons now.
No, I just went into the open,
Yeah.
empty
Last
room.
that happened
Oh, okay.
was Avaran looked into a building, and the two of you were hanging out with Avaran.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So right now we're just in a snowy room.
Basically in a dusty room. Yeah, it's actually very little of the black frost is in this room.
Oh, okay.
Because you're in the room that the automaton is sweeping the ground right in front of this door, and not much of the black frost is making it past it.
Okay.
So it's actually fairly clear. I mean, it's very dusty and dirty, but not covered in black frost.
Gotcha.
Well, it's clear that someone hasn't been here in a minute, so maybe we can look around, see if there's anything of use in our travels, see if there's maybe a way we can control this thing.
I searched the room.
Yes.
I searched the room.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna get some of the dust and just kind of sweep it onto my hand and take it outside.
Okay.
Ooh.
Let's get investigation checks from the two people searching the room.
Yes.
My investigation came to a total of 12.
I got 17.
You find nothing really intact. There are some places where the dust is less dust and more like mush or mud, where you think maybe something organic might have turned into mush rather than it isn't yet dust, because there's still some constant dampness in the air, but nothing intact in this room. Rubble and dust and grime. Avran, you're taking some dust outside.
I'm gonna sprinkle it in front of the automaton in like a trail and see if it follows it.
It does not. It continues doing its path back and and forth, back and forth, and it kind of works its way a few feet away from the building, and then it works its way back towards the building, one line at a time. So it's clearing a few feet in front and to the sides of the door. It's just clearing the entryway.
Gotcha. Dust off my hands and go back inside. Well, my idea didn't work.
Good thought process, but yeah, it seems like it's controlled by a higher power. Well, there's nothing too terribly useful here other than there may have been organic life at one point, but otherwise, why don't we try maybe going a different direction?
A different direction, like not going to the center of the city?
Well, no, going to there's no doors. There's no visible doors or anything.
Oh, okay.
Let's try
Just
somewhere else.
Continue on our way.
Yeah.
Calamity is going to actually take the front because he is going into Curious Bunny mode, which is extremely dangerous, as always.
Yes.
And he's going to follow the path that the automaton beetles have made. Is just going to try to go deeper into the city and just keep his eye out for anything that might be interesting. I guess you would say. So, yeah.
And
So I'm
let's
just
take a
gonna-
break.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I need more water.
Good time to take a break.
Yay. We already found something cool, so. Yee-hoo.
Sweet.
I'll
All
be
right,
back in a couple minutes.
Well, Avery, can I actually put us on break on the
No!
stream? All right, guys. We will see you in about 10 minutes. Go do the things you need to do. Go water yourself. Go make water. Go grab
Go
some
unwater
snacks.
yourself.
And we will.
Water.
And we will see you soon.
Woohoo!
Because the whole jug of dehydrated marshmallows is
My
only
God.
$17.90.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
a gremlin on my floor.
That's very affordable.
Don't do that.
Gizmo or Stripe?
Thanks. What?
I said
All right.
Gizmo or Stripe.
I don't know.
You said there's a gremlin on your floor.
I assume
Which
those
one?
are gremlins.
Yep.
Let me
yep,
look
yep,
them up.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Gizmo good, Stripe bad.
Yep.
The bad one.
Oh,
no.
okay. Definitely.
All right, DM, take it away.
Now fuck off. All right, I will take it somewhere.
Woo!
Calamity, did you say you're hopping along the road?
Yep.
Because
I am.
once-
I'm trying to stay in the path of what it cleared.
It's
Well-
not really a path. It's just like an area around the door. So as soon as you try to start to go down the street farther, it's back to the black frost thickly coating the street.
Sounds good. I don't see it coming. I just do it.
Take 1 point of necrotic damage.
Ow! Oh, ow! Ow! Okay! Ow! 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 And I'm gonna run back to Avaran, the tower.
And I'm gonna say, Calamity, you have to stay on the area that the beetle has, cleared off there.
I thought I wasn't looking ahead. I thought it was just. Yeah. You're right. You're right.
Well, did you see anything at least?
No, didn't get that far.
Okay.
We should probably move though. I'm getting nervous.
Let's
just getting
go.
to gear.
So I'm gonna lead, but I'm gonna take my shield off and put it wedge it down so that I can use it almost like as a snow shovel and push it along.
Wow.
Reaping as you go.
Hey, you know what? I'm sure it does, but it's better than burning through our shoes.
Yeah, especially because at this point, the bottom layer that Tuttle put together is really starting to fall apart.
Crap.
Well, it's sandstone, so just crumbly.
It's crumbled and then mushed back together with something that's not cement.
Not cement.
Okay, so at this point that is quite useful because the black frost is covering the road in a pretty thick, unbroken layer. And on the sides, where there are now consistently buildings, it's rising several inches, sort of crawling up the sides of the buildings. You also start to see windows and doors filled with a sort of translucent crystal or very large, perfect glass. Well, once perfect glass, all of the ones that you see are cracked and damaged. But most of the time when you see windows, large windows, in this world, they're going to be have frames running through them, so it's lots of small pieces, lots of small pieces of glass or crystal.
Is it
Um,
arranged in like an artwork, like a stained glass window?
What I'm saying is this isn't like that. That's how you would
Oh.
normally see it. These are enormous clear sheets, something that would take incredible feats of fine-tuned magic to create, or very, very good artifice. These are like the type of windows you would see in the modern world, but in a fantasy setting.
So very sheer and just like the whole surface is glass almost.
Exactly, yeah. Although these are, the best of these are cracks all running all the way through them at this point because they're ancient. Many of them are in pieces on the ground or spaces where they were probably turned to dust.
This is such a weird place.
Right, it's almost as if it's some sort of obelisk.
Yeah. I get sort of like religious vibes from this. Like this is some sort of place of blessing or where you come to worship with all these windows.
As opposed to an obelisk.
I guess I don't know what an obelisk is.
What's an obelisk?
An
obelisk is just a piece of stone.
Right?
Yeah, but isn't it like something meant to signify worship? Like,
oh,
I would imagine.
I guess.
What is it? 2001: A Space Odyssey with the monkeys in the beginning and the black column.
When I think of obelisk,
yeah.
this could be wrong,
yeah,
but when I think of obelisk, I just think of like smooth like stuff. So that's where my brain went. I just went with it.
Yeah, I guess it's yeah. You're not wrong.
Well, the stone is not smooth, but the glass is where it's not cracked. There are even these like large sheets of glass that are framed in metal that look like they might be doors, except that there's no latch or mechanism to open them. Let me know if you want to like stop and go inside any buildings or anything, but unless you stop me, I'll keep describing things.
Okay.
So as you continue walking towards the center of the city, and things are slightly more and more intact, and Averin is scraping the ground. And this ground this road is a similar stone to a lot of the walls of the buildings. You start to hear whirring and clicking sounds, sort of like the beetle, but not quite. These sounds begin to reach your ears, and in several other places, as you walk by cross streets, or by buildings that have things have these inside of them. You see similar metal moving figures in various different shapes, performing various mundane or completely indecipherable tasks. There is a large mantis-like construct that is scraping its bladed arms up and down a large glass window as it slowly moves back and forth along the window's length, making a horrible screeching sound as it cuts a groove into this window over and over again. Just screech constant as it goes back and forth.
As it's like fucking with my huge ears, every screech I'm just like and my fur kind of sparks for a moment, and all of a sudden just these glowing wine red and purple butterflies just kind of like shoot out of my fur in all directions and just kind of like swarms this kind of all. I'm just like sorry So now we have these glowing butterflies. That's just a cloud. It's kind of following us around.
Does it have any other effect?
It
Besides-
glows. It gives us light. So I'm not sure if it's dark here yet or not, but they give off dim light. So
It's still mid-afternoon, so there's still pretty good light.
Awesome.
Although you are seeing structures that are intact to the point of, like, if you go deeper into them, you might find some areas of darkness. Because they actually have complete walls and roofs.
Is it safe for me as I'm looking at kind of, I know Avery has been kind of making us a path, but is it safe for me to hop down off of him and go to one of these kind of interesting looking buildings that are fully intact?
Not unless Aberrant scrapes the ground in front of it for you.
Okay, I'll just stay silent and I'll just keep going.
Yeah, if he's scraping like a path through this, like at this point, like inch and a half thick frost. So if you hop down, you would just be foot deep in it immediately.
DM, as we're going along, I'm gonna take some cloth out of my bag, and I'm gonna just try something. I'm gonna wrap the cloth around my big feet, my big tiny feet, and I'm gonna kind of tie them so they're kind of like makeshift cloth,
Shoes.
bag shoes, and I'm gonna hop into the frosts and see what happens.
Okay. You hop down into the frost and it sort of crunches beneath your feet, and you don't immediately feel that burning sensation.
Okay, I'm gonna walk like this for a while.
Okay. You walk like that for a little while. You walk down a couple of streets with the other two, and as you do, you see a couple more of these strange automatons. There's one that doesn't resemble any animal that you know of, but appears more like a pile of debris and scrap just sort of pieced together that's moving slowly down the street, tapping at the ground over and over again. And you continue on, and you hear a repetitious, like, whirring and click, 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 click sound as of somebody maybe sewing very, very quickly, as of needles clacking together.
As I'm as we're going past the heap that's tapping the ground, I'm just gonna say, from a distance, what are you doing? What are you tapping for?
You don't get any response. It just keeps tap, 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 move a little ways, tap, 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 move a little ways, tap, 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 tap.
Okay.
It's always 4 taps.
It's a very like uniform pattern. It moves the same distance every time. It taps at the same rhythm and same number of times.
Okay.
For the until you notice one time it goes tap, 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 and you sort of hear the taps kind of crunch a little bit as if the stone beneath them is damaged, and it stops, and it sort of starts tapping around as if like mapping out the edge of the damaged area. And it does that until it is sort of making a circle that's all clean taps again. And then it keeps going. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tap.
That doesn't register in Calamity's brain, so he's just gonna continue walking. Like it ignored him. Maybe these things can't talk. Just move forward.
You hear from ahead of you this that whir, click, 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 click sound, and it's very clearly coming from the inside of a building. And assuming you approach the building and look in,
I do.
Okay. For the first time, something happens as you approach the building. It's another one of those large metal-framed, cracked glass frames that is the size and shape of a door, but has no obvious way to open. But as you walk towards it, it sort of slides open kind of grindingly of its own volition, with a faint golden light emanating from the tracks on which it's sliding or rolling. And it gets about halfway open and it kind of grinds to a halt. But it's wide enough for a person to pass inside. And since the doors are glass, even though it's mostly damaged, the light reaches inside and you're able to see inside of what appears to be what's left of a storefront of some sort. Metal racks still line the walls, and a metal counter crosses the back of the room. And in the very back corner, there's a spindly-looking tiny spider creature, like maybe 6 inches tall, that is making these motions, moving a metal spinning wheel, and it's manipulating several needles, as if it's sewing, as if it's spinning and sewing at the same time, but there's no cloth. There's no thread. It's just going on its own. Just the wheel just keeps spinning and it keeps moving these needles as if it's sewing something. Click, click, click. Where.
As all this is kind of unfolding in front of Calamity, it's just like these like magical, sleek looking, I mean still damaged, but sleek looking doors that open by themselves, but then, you know, I have to kind of make my way through. And then just seeing all this alien magical looking stuff that's kind of, that could be seen as like wondrous. Calamity just pauses and he slowly rotates to Toddle. This place is strange. I don't think I like it here.
So Toddle this whole time has been jotting all of this down with his scroll and like an ink and pen or whatever. And is just trying to somehow connect these to something, and it's just like he's kind of scratching his head and he's all, this is so strange to me. Why is this place so run down, yet these beings are able to still work here and still continue moving forward? There's something not adding up here. Why is there so much upkeep for this place, despite the fact that there's nobody here except for these constructs? And with what we found, there doesn't seem to be like any signs of life. What's being kept here? There's a story here, and he's just continually scratching his head, observing these constructs. And for the spider one in particular, the spider arachnidy sort of construct that's spinning this web that doesn't appear, Toddle's gonna do something. Do I have any?
While you figure that out, can everybody please make a Constitution saving throw?
So I do have in my inventory. You said Constitution?
Yes, I did.
Is it magic?
It is.
27.
Dirty 20.
22.
You're all very good at Constitution saving throws.
Anne has kind of
Plus
prepped us
10.
for that. Yeah. Yeah. I actually do have some magic thread in my inventory. So I'm going to seeing how the spider's moving and is operating, I'm gonna try to find where like a starting point would be, and he's like holding onto it. And he's gonna like throw it in there at an opportunity to see if anything happens.
Make a
Ooh.
dexterity check.
Okay. Okay.
Not bad.
Yeah, that would be that plus 1. 50?
Okay. You managed to throw it in somewhere that it doesn't immediately get tangled up with the automaton. And it actually does sort of pick it up on one of its needles and start to move it as if it's weaving it in with other things. but it's only the one piece of thread, so it's sort of just moving it around over and over again in like a pattern.
Cotton, I have rope. That may help.
Yeah, let's continue feeding this in and see what happens.
Just hand over my bundled rope.
As they are experimenting with this bot, I would like to search the room.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Okay. Total comes to 19.
Okay. I'm sorry, what did you say the number was?
19.
19. Okay. So you look around the room and it's mostly empty. It looks like the only things that have survived are basically stone and metal. Save that behind the front counter, there's like a set of, it's like a counter with metal shelves behind it, like a register would have. And there is a what looks like a dagger hilt with no blade.
Interesting. I'm gonna wait to grab it until we see what happens with this rope idea.
Okay. So are you just feeding it like the whole rope?
I would think that I would be like partitioning it off so it's like smaller to be more thread-like, more than like a whole ass rope. So a Toddle
Okay.
will be.
You're unwinding it.
Yeah, I will be individually stringing.
And I trusted Toddle to do that. I'm just like, here, I have this.
Yeah.
Okay. You start feeding it these pieces of thread, and it starts working them together, and it sort of catches, but it keeps working, and it does start to sort of make it into a cloth of some sort, but you quickly realize that it is it's not the quality of thread that it is built for, and so it's doing it very awkwardly. It's sort of getting stuck and kind of jamming things together and kind of making this like messy, loose cloth that if there was going to be any shape to it, you can't really make it out.
No. Okay, well,
At
I'm
this
gonna hand
point,
back the rest of the rope to Avery.
at this point, I take this hilt-looking thing of a dagger.
Okay.
And DM, have we managed to tell, maybe I missed it earlier, did we manage to tell what kind of metal these automatons are made from?
Nobody really investigated that.
May I?
You may.
Investigation. 8.
It's definitely metal.
To
I
add
feel
on-
secure in my knowledge of its metalness.
It's metalness.
That's not stone.
It's yeah.
To add on to Averin's thinking, I was curious. All these different automatons that we've been seeing, have they all been the same color as the beetle
No.
with that glow inside?
Oh, they all of the ones that are moving, and you have seen some that have stopped moving entirely. All the ones that are moving do have that faint golden glow coming from inside, yes.
But they're not all the same color as that beetle, the metal, the paint or whatever.
Correct.
Interesting.
Correct.
Interesting.
There's very little in the way of paint left,
Mhm.
except like maybe flecks in some of the crevices, but it's not all the same color.
Mhm.
The metal isn't all exactly the same either, although it's all similar. It's all very well made.
Got you. As I grab this hilt-looking thing like it came from a dagger, I'm gonna start hopping back to the team. But I'm looking at this thing. What does it look like now that I have it like in my hands and like actually?
It really looks like nothing more than a hilt of a dagger that has no blade.
Mm-hmm.
Any particular color or design or anything?
Just a plain sort of gray silver metal. The hilt does have sort of a hatch pattern on it, And it's light. It's very light for the hilt of a knife.
Okay.
For something that, if this were made out of solid iron, like a knife you would normally find, it would be heavier than this.
Hey Tuttle, I found this. I'll just give it to Tuttle. And I'm gonna
Okay.
say, I don't think there's anything else in this building. I think we should just go. And I'm gonna turn and I'm gonna start hopping and like leave the building and kind of wait for the team outside.
Toddle's gonna take a look around the room. There's various metals, but nothing particularly that he would want to. Surprisingly, nothing in particular he feels necessary to take on this journey.
Hey, Tuttle,
Yes.
what do you suppose is making that glow from inside?
I think it's whoever owns these things, whoever created. It's the master. If there's anything I know about being a creator, it's that everyone kind of leaves behind their own little mark of their own, and I think this glow is showcasing that this was made by someone who has immense power, who may even have the power of a god, to be able to provide life to these seemingly inorganic creatures. And he's just gonna, like, he's been taking notes, but then that's basically what he's had in his notes anyway, and he's just like, it doesn't seem like they have any response to us. They don't seem to have any, perceive us as a threat, but I think we need to find its creator in order to harness like their actual power, see if they have abilities besides doing what seems like mundane chores.
Well, something tells me if we continue on towards the center of the city, we'll probably find who we're looking for.
I agree as well. And I am interested in these, like, just as the treasure alone. Like, if we could harness all of these, that's treasure enough for me. However, I still should probably try to seek the owner. I'm not going to just be able to walk away with these things. So, let us proceed.
I like how Toddle's first instinct was to steal them and then be like, all right, I guess not.
I guess you can't just, like, carry it, so...
Calamity,
Yes.
you hop out into the street
Mm-hmm.
and immediately feel that burning in your feet again. And you realize that the cloth you wrapped your feet in, the bottom has you take 1 point of necrotic damage.
I'm gonna try to hop back inside. I love how I'm just doing this to myself.
For real.
Right.
Okay.
I'm gonna hop
Over
back.
and over again.
Hop
Like,
back.
you
I'm
need
like,
to
I'm like,
piggyback.
I'm like
Saving throw for me.
dusting off my. What'd you say?
I'm like, if you
Constitution
need...
saving throw, please.
Oh.
Yes.
You can piggyback on me.
That's gonna be 16.
All right, carry on.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
All right, so I grabbed my shield. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, okay, so I thought the cloth would be better because it wasn't like, but it didn't work. So I'm just gonna, I'm gonna get back on your shoulder.
All right, probably more my back at this point because I'm like leaning forward, so you'd be
Yeah.
like right behind my head.
I didn't even see anything in there in the way of like a broom or a mop, so there's no way we could just like even sweep this stuff. Is it?
Hey,
Oh.
Tuttle, have you? Sorry, a little bit of frost. Have you?
Actually, about this time, Calamity, you start to feel a little nauseous.
Oh, have you ever seen? You guys, I don't feel so good. If you forget what I was gonna say, I'm just gonna chill.
And I'll like pause, take one hand, grab my flask, and just flask of water and hand it up to Calamity.
Thanks. I'll just start drinking it. Hopefully, it'll make my stomach feel better. My nausea.
It recedes a little bit. It's sort of just like this background, like, just don't feel that great. You are like very thirsty though, so you just like drink it all down.
I'm down in that. Just take it out.
Do you
Taking it to the
need
head.
food? Are you okay, bud? Out of nowhere?
No, let's just keep going. I feel like it'll probably get better. Let's just go.
Okay.
All right, so I keep pushing.
So you continue on, you start seeing more and more of these automatons, and for every one that is functioning, you come across 2 or 3 that aren't. Some of these appear to have broken down, simply failed to withstand the test of time. Others seem perfectly intact, they just stopped in place, as if they had no commands to follow. So they just stopped where they were, didn't move anymore. And at first, all of these automatons grow more common, the working ones and the not working ones. And then as you keep moving towards the center of the city, the working ones become more common, the damaged ones become less frequent. As you work your way towards the center of the city that's on that northwest edge of the coast of this continent that you've been working your way towards. Just as the road and the buildings become less damaged, the black ice has continued to spread upwards on the buildings to a foot and then 2 feet as you continue on. And the buildings have grown larger and taller, reaching multiple stories and then reaching heights greater than anything you have ever seen, except maybe the grandest of mage towers held up by arcane craft. Make a perception check.
Okay.
I want to ask a question that I probably shouldn't, but I'm just so curious. Are we like in some place that looks like similar to New York City?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love this. Okay, what am I rolling again?
Perception.
My perception comes to a total of 17.
18.
16.
Nice.
Nice.
Let me just roll.
I wanna be a part of it. New York, New York.
And I love how for
I should have
us,
said no.
well, I love how for us everything just looks so like, I don't know, kind of weird, fucked up, and smooth and alien, because it's like it's too modern for our minds, and I kind of love this.
Yeah, it's stuff that your characters have like never even considered. But yeah, to us it's like, oh, I'm walking through the ruins of New York. Like, oh, those are skyscrapers.
I love it. I love it.
Okay, so none of you notice anything at first. You sort of notice a couple of things all at once. You start to hear this sort of buzzing sound that's different from any of the mechanical sounds you've been hearing. And you look up as a group of creatures kind of swoops down, landing on the street in front of you and on some of the buildings next to you. And they basically resemble humanoid wasps. They're 4 to 5 feet tall with hard carapaces of varying colors, mostly brown, but there's also blue, green, purple, iridescent, gold. And they have these buzzing dragonfly-like wings that carried them through the air until they just landed just now. And most of them, most of the ones that landed on the ground, are weaponless, sparing only the pincers that they have on their face that go along with their multifaceted eyes, and their sharp claws on their hands and feet, as well as their dangerous-looking stingers on their backs. But as you also see that the ones that landed on the roofs to either side of you have these strange metallic-looking bows. And there's one creature at the center back of the ones on the ground that has this green jewel-toned carapace, and it's wielding a shining scimitar. Everybody roll initiative.
Well, shit.
Oh, shit.
Oh, fuck yeah! Okay. Finally. God damn.
Took a minute.
It took a hot minute, but we got something good.
That's good.
Oh, I'm going last.
You don't know.
7.
Oh well. I'm sure the one with the green carapace rolled a 1. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it.
What did everybody else get?
I got a 28.
Damn.
That's fucking high.
That's
Crazy.
really good.
That's a great roll.
I rolled a natural
Huh?
20. I have an 8 initiative.
Yep.
Damn.
Total, what'd you get?
I got 11.
I need to make some rolls for these guys.
Yoo-hoo-hoo. Bug robots. Ah, fuck. Oh, this will be fun.
I don't know why, but wasn't there like a bug robot enemy in one of the Mega Man games?
Oh, I wouldn't be shocked.
Like, I feel like there was a
Mega
a
Man.
bee bug at some point, or bee.
Yeah, there's a bug. Yeah, it's literally just called bugs. It's called.
Calamity, go ahead.
Uh,
First.
as they slam down to the ground and kind of surround us, I'm just like, and I kind of like lock eyes with the green one in the back, and accidentally hex it.
You sort of lock eyes, but it has these like multifaceted eyes, so you're like not sure if it's looking at you or at you and a bunch of other things. But regardless, you're looking at its eyes.
It's hexed. And I am going to. Is this now that we're in this kind of more life-like place? Is the ground still covered in that dark ice? Ooh, staying on Avaran's shoulders, but my fur is like kind of starting to kind of spark, and it's kind of like the aura around me gets kind of weird, like the world starts to warp, and I am holding an Eldritch Beam Blast for the first thing that comes at us.
Okay. And what ability do you choose with Hex for it to have disadvantage on?
When I hit it, I choose for it to have disadvantage on Strength.
Strength.
Whichever
Okay.
one wants it first.
Thank you.
And that's my turn.
All right. The creatures on the roofs, or like there's like a balcony to one side that's like a floor up that two of them are standing on, and two of them are just sort of perched on like the edge of a windowsill. All four of which, two on each side, have these strange metallic bows. All four of them pull back and fire. Two of them at Calamity and one each at Avaran and Toddle.
The one we're listing it at me, I'm gonna send two bolts at that one. I'm sending a second bolt at the other one.
Okay.
All right, so I'll just. Okay, so for the two going to the first one aiming at me, does a 27 hit?
Yes.
Okay, I don't like how you had to think about that. I was like, and then for the second one, does a 15 hit?
No.
All right, so that only gets hit by one, and the second one gets hit with 22. Does a 22 hit that one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's gonna be this. So that one's gonna take a total of, the first one aiming at me is gonna take a total of 14 points of force damage.
14 points to the first one.
And for the second one, that one is getting 14 points as well of force damage. And
Okay.
my reaction is gone. That is all.
Okay. Yep. You hit those two with a quick blast of force damage.
Look out!
Kind of knocks them a little bit, but they don't seem massively injured by it. Definitely, they go ugh, and it knocks them back a little bit. But the two of them are firing their bows at you, Calamity. Does a 22 hit?
Ooh, it hits.
Does a 19 hit?
It hits.
Why is my D6 in my D8 slot? This is terrible. This is the end of the world.
Cool.
You can use your D4s instead if you can't find them. That works.
You take... Wow, that's a really good roll.
Okay.
You take a total of 35 points of piercing damage as two arrows just plunge directly into you from these remarkably powerful bows for how small they are.
Did you say 31? Wait, what'd you say? 35?
35.
I am resistant to piercing damage, thankfully, so I will instead take 16, 17? What say you?
17.
Alright. I will take 17 instead. Ah! And I have to make a concentration check, I think, from my hex. So let's see if I can keep it up. I have to roll, what, a 10? Yeah, at least a 10. Oh shit, that's not great. Oh wait, this is a saving throw. I get +3 from Avery, so total of 12. I make it. I just make it.
Okay. You keep your hex on the what appears to be the leader of them. One of them is firing at Toddle and Nat ones, and one of them is firing at Avaran. Does a 15 hit?
It does not.
Okay. They are... Sorry, I wrote this down in the wrong place, but the two of them that were hit by the force blast from Calamity are sort of staggered, but the other two of them quickly string 2 more arrows and fire them once more at Avaran and Toddle. Avaran does a 25 hit.
Oh, that hits.
Toddle does a 15 hit.
Mm-mm.
Okay. That is 13 damage, Avaran.
Okay. And like Calamity, I'm also resistant to piercing damage, so I'll take 6, 7.
How are you resistant to piercing damage?
We have some pretty sweet armor.
Magical stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it, Anne. All right. And
Damn. These guys are not liking us.
and it is the leader's turn at this point. And it kind of points its scimitar first and makes a sort of sound do wasps even make with their mouths?
No, but like no, I would assume it's some sort of like buzzing noise.
Well, all right. It makes it makes like a clicking noise with its mandibles, and the 8 that landed on the ground rush forward towards you. They can't quite all surround you immediately, but 3 of them kind of flank Avaran, and 2 of them rush past to attack Toddle, and the other 3 are a little bit hanging back. And these ones aren't wielding any weapons. They just have their mandibles and their claws and their stingers. And some of them are going to go in with their mandibles and claws, and a couple of them kind of do a quick turnaround to try to jab you with their stingers.
They're gonna butt stab you? Wow.
Yes.
And the stinger in on the front.
18 does not hit you, Avaran?
It does not.
Wow, those are all terrible rolls.
So
Oh, there we go.
Avaran's shield,
Nat
he's just
20,
like ting, ting.
baby.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
He can't block them all.
But it still looked cool.
Yeah,
It's still
Yeah, it still looks really rad.
yeah, you're blocking a bunch of blows, and then one stinger kind of gets through and gets you like just below the breastplate, in between it and the leather of your pants. You only take 6 piercing damage, but you need to make a
Is that
Constitution.
already reduced down?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna let y'all do the reducing.
Okay.
I'm just gonna give you the amount that I calculate.
Sounds good.
Um,
And you said something
a
after
Constitution saving throw.
Constitution. Total of 19.
Okay. No problem. And then Toddle, you also get some swinging at you. Does a 21 hit you?
Mm-hmm.
Does an 18 hit you?
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, 18 does not hit me.
Okay.
Thick boy.
And you
thick
only
boy.
you take one attack from one of the pincers coming at you. You kind of dodge out of the way of a mandible and another stinger coming towards you, but then you get clipped by one of the claws, and you take 10 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And we're gonna go ahead and go to Toddle at this point.
Hey, Avery, where are we distanced from the main guy?
Still about 30 feet.
Okay. And then you said how many are? There's about 5 of them that are just at floor level.
There are a total of 8 plus the leader at ground level.
Oh, everyone. Okay.
And then there are additional 4 up high.
Okay.
But there are only 5 of those 8 are currently surrounding you and Avaran, and the other 3, they can't really. You can't be surrounded by infinite creatures
Right.
at once, so they haven't really managed to get their way in to attack you yet. And the leader as well is hanging back, and then there are 2 on each side with bows up in the air. So there's a total of 13 of them.
So I want to try something. I don't know which is better. So there's 2 cantrips I have because I have thunder abilities. I have thunder things in my blood or whatever. And 2 cantrips I know are Thunderclap and Lightning Lure. I know Thunderclap is the one where it's just basically like a thunder explosion that would also attack Calamity and Avaran. But actually might reduce some of these guys down. Lightning Lure is more concentrated and you have to be really close. Am I correct?
The spell is called Thunderclap.
Thunderclap and Lightning Lure. It's 2 different spells. So I'm
Yeah.
basically like asking which one would be the better one.
Sorry, my alarm is going off. They're both cantrips, right?
Yes. And they both cause lightning damage. I think I want to do Thunderclap over Lightning
Great.
Lure.
Do Thunderclap.
Unfortunately, Avaran and Calamity, there's no real way to block it, so, I'm like, put up shield. There's nothing I can say to really stop this, but I need to clap all these guys at once, and this is the way to do it. So
You're about to clap them. Okay, that's fair.
I have done this before, so it's a con save. To be heard from 100 feet away, each creature within range, other than myself, must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take 1d6 thunder damage, which increases at actually a level 11. So we're level 11, so it's 3d6s now.
Cool. Let me
I'm
roll
11.
some Constitution saving throws.
So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of con saves right now.
And Chris and I are rolling as well, right?
Unfortunately, yes.
All right, no problem.
That's fine. I have good con saves.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And since
19.
I'm like plastered onto Avery right now, I get a bonus, so it's all good.
This is good. But I want a way to kind of weaken everybody at once. So, and for flavor, what this looks like for Toddle casting Thunderclap, this is gonna be kind of his most like I guess arcane-y looking one. You'll see him start to kind of like glow yellow in a way that hasn't quite been done before in the past. And you can see his eyes that are normally like black turn lightly golden, and like I always viewed it very literally as a clap. So him very like a medieval movie or a Marvel movie, like clapping like he's Thor or some shit. And it's just gonna range in a big sonic boom like Gus.
Boom.
Yeah.
Okay. Avaran and Calamity, what'd you get on your saves?
19.
22.
Toddle, does this pass?
What am I looking to make sure it passes? I'm sorry.
What is your intelligence modifier?
+4? Or what, the whole number?
No, the bonus. +4
Yeah,
is what I was
+4.
asking for.
Yes, +4.
And you're all level 3, right? 13, right?
13,
Oh,
yes.
we're
Yes.
13, yeah.
What's your proficiency bonus?
5, +5.
Okay, so it's 8 + 4 + 5, so it's DC 17.
Yes.
Yes.
So
And-
both of
and,
them
uh,
succeed.
And Mackenzie, just so you know, the way that you can like find that is on your character sheet. You click on spells, and at the top of your spells, it'll have it there for you.
Oh, it says, yeah, modifier plus spell, and then save DC plus. Okay.
Save DC, yeah. So 2 of the 5 that are surrounding you succeed on their saves, and 3 of them, all of whom rolled exactly the same number, fail.
Oh.
How much damage do they take?
3d6. Let's see.
Go for it.
2, 3. Woo! Good luck. 5.
All right, they each take 5 damage. They kind of get pushed back just a step.
And it's all thunder damage. I don't know if that does anything for robots. That was kind of the thought process.
Avaran.
Yay, my turn. Let's see. You said that there are 2 flanking me?
There are 3. There's like 1 on either side and 1 in front.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. I am going to use my snake sword, and it's start with the one in front of me.
Okay. Use your snake.
For a total of 18.
Ooh. Okay.
18 hits.
Excellent. All right. Dang, if that had been one more, that would have been a crit. Let's
The
see.
good luck for Avaran. Give him more dice to roll.
Right.
Seriously.
Oh, I forgot my.
Just
DM.
give him the dice to roll.
No, give me the dice to roll.
No, you're gonna count that.
So it
I don't
takes
need the dice.
8,
Shit.
13. It takes, where is it? +2. So 20 physical damage, and then 8 fire damage.
Okay, the one in front of you takes a total of 28 damage. as you smack it with your sword, and you leave a pretty good carve through its carapace. Kind of staggers back. It doesn't go down, but it doesn't look great either.
Then I'll use my extra attack to whack it again. All right. That's a total of 26
To hit or damage?
to hit.
That hits.
Yeah. All right. So it's 12, 17, 19 physical damage and 6 fire damage.
Okay.
Nice.
Swinging, firm, strong swings at this one that took a little bit of damage from Toddle's blast. You carve into its carapace, and you come back around and you carve again, and it just sort of collapses backwards away from you, and doesn't move again.
Excellent.
Is that your turn?
Nope. Action surge.
All right.
All right. So let's roll for attack. Another 26.
So you turn to the next one.
I'll go to the one that was on my left originally.
Sure.
And so that is 9, 7 is 16 physical and 14 fire.
Fuck.
And then extra attack again. That is a dirty 20.
That hits.
14. So 21 physical damage, 8 fire damage.
Yeah, this one goes down as well.
And that ends my turn.
Okay. Avaran, just with 4 lightning fast slashes of his it's like a floppy sword, right?
So
It's like
I didn't release
Hold
its
on.
locking mechanism, so it's just in sword form right now. But
just
if I
a
wanted
sword.
to, I could double the range on it.
Gotcha. Okay, just
Think
with
of Ivy
the
from
normal
Soul
sword.
Calibur.
Okay.
just slash, and 2 of them go down in front of him.
Ooh, thank you, baptized in pus.
Yo.
Ugh.
You know you love it.
Ugh.
I love it.
All right, Calamity, it's back around to you.
Now I want to
Okay.
play Soul Calibur.
So I'm looking up at where those the archers are. They're still there?
Yep, they haven't moved.
Oh, how are they within 60 feet of me?
Yes.
Okay. So when they shot me with those arrows, I'm kind of like still holding myself, and I look up at them, and my ears like shoot up and start to vibrate and give out this kind of unholy howl. It literally sounds like
Out of your ears?
out of my ears, like the sound that comes from the vibration sounds like some kind of like
You're a Noibat.
deathly. I love it. I need the one that attacked me to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Make a wisdom saving throw. All right, that's going to be a 15.
Fails. So that one will take a total of 20 points of a necrotic damage.
Okay.
How does it react to that?
Well, it's definitely not happy. You sort of see this purple necrotic energy just kind of like crawl out of its like neck joint up and down, just sort of start to change its carapace into a purplish color, and it seems to like cringe as it does, but it's still holding onto the wall and still with its back legs and holding its bow with its arms.
Okay, well that was my bonus action. For my action, I'm gonna scream out, "Stop!" And as I do, like my fur starts kind of like going crazy, and I am going to shoot Eldritch Blast from my black fur that's gonna collide on these 2 that are still up top. So let's see if we can hit them. So I'm gonna say one is going for the one who attacked me, and the other two are going for the ones that attacked Avery with their bow. Let's see if we can get them.
Also, GW, you have inspo.
I
or
saw
one left
the-
point. Okay.
Thank you so much. All right, so for the one that attacked me, does a 21 hit?
Yes.
Okay. And then for the that was a crit. Oh shit. Okay. For the
Yes!
for the one that attacked my other friends up there, one was a crit and the other one was 18 plus stuff. It's definitely hit. So they both hit. So I'm gonna do the one with the crit first, just so I have all my stuff in a row.
All your bug people in a row.
All my bug people.
The bug folk.
I'm going
Shout
to.
out to people who like bugs.
Yeah, I'm gonna use
coolest humans.
a sorcery point to reroll
I don't.
this.
That's why I have them as the enemies.
Okay.
Bugs are cool.
So for the
Yeah,
one
right.
that crit, that one is gonna take 24 points of force damage,
Okay.
and then for that same one, it also takes 12 points of force damage.
Okay.
And now we're going to the one that attacked me that I didn't crit on. We're gonna use a sorcery point to make that better. Oh my god, yes. The one that attacked me gets 14 points of force damage.
Okay.
Are any of them dead?
No.
2 of them. Oh,
God
or-
damn.
None of the ones that Calamity is shooting at.
Gotcha.
Right.
Gotcha.
And
The one that you did the most damage to is looking very badly damaged. The blasts have kind of shattered on its carapace, which is starting to look cracked. The other one's still looking not too terrible.
Awesome. That is gonna be my turn.
What was the third one?
The third damage.
Did you hit a third time?
I did, yes. The
Oh, you gave me all three. Okay.
yeah, I give you all 3. And that's my turn.
Okay.
Good job.
I don't like how you just laughed right now.
The plotting. She's plotting. She's plotting.
The 4 that are up on the walls, one of which is looking very bad, and it seems to be moving a little bit more awkwardly than the other 3, but the other 3 are all sort of moving as quickly as they can now, firing their bows as fast as they can. So the one that you've damaged the most and the other one that you've damaged a fair amount, they're all going to shoot at you, Calamity.
Okay.
This
time
that's
I'm
going
ready.
to be a 19 to hit.
So as that one comes at me, Avery, you feel kind of weird as your shadow begins to move on its own, and Avery's shadow will like move up out of the ground and like cover me with its body, and so this thing attacks the shadow of Avery and not me.
Okay.
Ah, my shadow.
Yeah. So what?
I mean, you're
mechanical
fine.
effect does that have?
I'm using shield. My AC is like higher now.
Ah. Okay. So that doesn't hit you, is what you're saying.
It does not. No.
Okay. And then a 15 doesn't hit you.
Nope. Another shadow blocks it.
Then neither does a 13.
All gets blocked. Avery shadow is just like.
I know kung fu.
Working double time.
But the 2 on the other side, all firing 2 arrows each, both of them are firing at Avran as they watch Avran cut down their fellows. The highest roll there is going to be a 21 to hit.
21 hits.
Does a 20 hit?
20 hits.
Does a 19 hit?
19 just hits.
Okay,
God,
then a
okay.
16 doesn't hit.
No.
So the 2 of you kind of watch as Avran just gets arrows just
He gets
slamming
thrown.
into his body. Only one of them bounces off his breastplate, and the other 3 manage to either nick him or bury their points in him.
Boromir got hit by 3 arrows.
Yeah, but you got hit by a couple last turn too.
No, that's a good point.
It's true.
So you're better than so that's going to be, I'm going to give these to you one shot at a time so
Okay.
you can feel the pain.
Yikes.
17 damage, piercing, so halved.
Yep.
Another 17. And 23.
Ugh.
You're a fighter, you probably have like 200 health.
Yeah, for real.
This is the lowest my health has been in a while, and it's at 74.
Yep. Hell yeah. Avery, yeah!
Make us bleed.
The leader, that one with the sort of jeweled emerald carapace that's standing in the back, the sunlight of the sun that's sort of starting to get lower in the sky seems to shine off of its carapace, and it glitters, and all 3 of you need to make wisdom saving throws as it as the light sort of blinds you a little bit.
You 2 get +3.
Nordic Geek, for that look you gave me, what color dice do you want me to roll? Thank you. This is a wisdom save, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wisdom saves. Okay.
I have my number whenever you're ready.
Go ahead.
22.
15.
I rolled a.
I saw it.
Called? What are they called?
A wisdom save, 21.
Yeah, I did that. What?
Okay.
I did the thing. I got the crit. Honestly,
Oh, it was a natural 20. Okay.
it was a natural 20, but I have +1.
Gotcha.
So, Toddle and Calamity, no problem. You see that glint, and you just kind of quickly look away or close your eyes. Avaran, you just barely get your eyes closed, or maybe your shield up in time, and so you can still see. You don't have the blinded condition, but you definitely got that glare right in your eyes that was very unpleasant.
Like getting your picture taken.
Yeah.
Sure.
And at the same time, these ones on the ground who are just attacking with their mandibles and their claws and their pincers, their pincers and their stingers, are going to keep attacking Avaran and Toddle. At this point, there's 3 attacking each of you.
Damn.
So I'm going to go ahead and roll the ones all on Toddle first.
Hey.
Why don't you just give me your AC so I can
19.
check which one's hit? Thank you. Okay, so the first one catches you with their stinger. The second one misses entirely. And the third one catches you with a quick bite attack with its mandibles. The stinger deals you 6 piercing damage, and please make a Constitution saving throw. Not that you have any trouble with Constitution saving
Yeah, I was like, I'm 26.
throw. Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
It's kind of
And prepped us well for that.
you. It pierces you quickly, and you can see that the stinger is like coated in some sort of filmy substance, but you've been poisoned 1,000 times.
So I have resistance to poison, as you would imagine. I also have protection from poison, as a spell. So if anyone else gets poisoned, I know how to unpoison you.
All right. And one of them grabs you with its jaws for another 7 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And then Avaran, 3 of them also making their quickest rounds of attack. They're moving as fast as they can now. It is fairly clear that they thought you were early prey at first, and now that you've cut down 2 of them, and Tal's released a wave that's damaged a bunch of them, and Calamity's started blasting them out of the sky, they're starting to take you more seriously, and they're trying to give you everything they've got at this point. What's your AC?
19.
Okay. So the first one hits with its jaws and its pincers. I'm just going to do that damage now. So that's going to be 19 points of piercing damage.
All right.
The next one only manages to land a single pincer attack on you, dealing you 10 piercing damage. Of course, all of these are doing half as much damage as they think they ought to. They're all kind of scraping off of your armor a little bit more easily than you would expect them to if you haven't been fighting around Avery. And Calamity also has resistance to piercing.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And the last one lands a jaw attack and a stinger attack, missing with its claws in between. The bite deals you 9 piercing damage, and the stinger deals you 8 piercing damage and a Constitution saving throw.
Oh my.
You
Who,
can
me?
always nat 1. No, Avery.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you'd said Calamity too. So
No, these are
sorry.
all. These are all. I understand why you did that, because I did say Calamity, but I was
So
just asking
what were the
Calamity a
last
question.
2 damage totals?
9 and 8.
9. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
It's very confusing of me.
No, that's fine.
No,
All
you got
right, and you
this.
said Constitution saving,
Yes.
which
You
is
can
a 27.
you. I'm like, you can always nat 1.
Right. I mean, maybe.
I could try, I guess.
Maybe.
Yeah, someone want to give him disadvantage?
No.
They can actually do that. That is a thing.
Oh no, that's a thing.
They can give the
Why?
DM luck and inspiration against us. That can be done.
Alright, Tuttle, go ahead.
Yay, my turn. Okay, so
That was all just one
Real
round.
quick.
Not bad.
I know. Okay, we still have Boss Man. We have 4 in the sky, and we have how many on the
6.
6 at the floor.
So there's 11 total.
Okay, I'm gonna thunderclap again. Wait, real quick. I'm gonna
Can you
look
not
around.
be near us? Can you move so you're not hitting us?
I need to
Just-
get them
just-
all. So
Okay. Just move away from us. Is all you gotta do.
I can move closer to the main guy.
You are pretty much surrounded at this point, so
Yeah,
you have to
it-
kind of duck through them in order to get closer to the
Yeah.
leader.
At this point, I feel like we just gotta tank these guys. I'm gonna look around at Calamity and Avaran. And I'm gonna shout out, "Hey, Avaran, are you okay?"
Doing just fine.
Okay, so that's my signaling that he doesn't need to be healed. All right. So then, yeah, I'm gonna do another one. We're gonna go again because we need to knock these guys down. Let's do it.
I'm supposed to make saves here?
So it's Thunderclap again. It's a con save.
Okay, couple of con saves. Fail, succeed. Fail, fail, fail. Only one of them succeeds.
Yeah. Okay. So 3. Let's see. 3d6. And it's all thunder damage. 11.
Okay, 11 to each of
And-
them except the one.
It looks exactly so. Toddle, like he just got done, and he may have stepped back a little bit and like loosened his footing because it is taking like a lot from this. This is him pretty much essentially calling upon his god, Maynard, and he's gonna do it again. Like doing this again, he's gonna do it, take another step forward, and just do it like what would be almost like simultaneously from the first one. Just because, yeah, he sees a swarm, he needs to.
Just kind of trying to blast it away from him as best he can.
Unfortunately, Calamity and Avery are still in my range, so I'd have to be 100 feet away for them, but that wouldn't work out.
Natural 20.
Yeah, good job.
I'm going to use my luck that I was given. Oh my god, so much better, thank you. That's going to be a 22.
Good
So
job.
16.
You're good.
All right. So
You're
we
good.
take half of 11, so what, 5?
You
Oh, for the spell?
don't take any because it's a cantrip.
Yeah, it's a cantrip.
Oh, sweet! Oh, let me get that
Yeah.
other damage
You
back.
guys
to
are
myself.
you guys are just like, oh yeah, you guys how about you guys know what this means. Well, I don't know. No, I don't think Calamity was introduced. The last time I did this spell when we were surrounded, Calamity wasn't here yet. So you guys don't know what this looks like. You've never seen Toddle like glow this way, except for when he met his god. So in some ways you guys have preparation for what is happening, and that's gonna be you guys kind of like being able to turn away and sidestep this.
I'm just like, Everin, shield!
Yeah.
Nice.
So Toddle is glowing and just going clap, 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 clap.
I imagine it looks a little bit more like booming. Like I think more
Like the
sonic
Hulk?
booming. Yeah.
Yeah. To be clear, Mackenzie,
Yes.
it only does damage to the things within 5 feet of you. It's just that you can hear it within 100 feet. So if you were
okay.
a little bit away from your friends,
Okay.
but if you were a little bit away from your friends, you probably wouldn't be hitting all of the enemy.
Anything. Yeah, we're all surrounded. Exactly. Thank you.
So, if that's your turn, then go
Did
ahead,
any
Avery.
of them get down?
No.
Shit.
But a bunch of them did get a little bit staggered back.
Okay.
Let's see.
Can't expect AoEs to start cutting them down.
I know. This is me being. I wish it was like Pokemon and you do thunder damage and they get paralyzed.
Right.
You would need a spell that does paralyze.
Right.
So I think there's still one to the other side of me, if I remember correctly, or
That's right. You
Have-
cut
have
down the
they
one in
moved in?
front. They sort of all moved in again, taking the places of their downed fellows. So there's sort of one in front of you, one on each side of Toddle, and one behind Toddle. Sort of
okay.
circling the two of you and Calamity as well.
Is their leader within range?
The leader is standing back a good 10, maybe 15 feet.
Okay, so if I were to go after him, I'd have to go over the black snow.
You'd also have to go through these guys.
Fair enough. Then yeah, the closest one to me, I'm gonna attack.
Okay.
9 plus 8, 17.
17 hits.
Excellent. There we go, D8. Alright. 9 plus 7, so 16 regular damage and 2 fire damage.
Okay.
And I'll attack him again. Let's see. I'm going to use my inspiration.
All right.
All right, so that makes it a 21 to hit.
Okay.
All right, 7, 12, 19 physical damage and 1 fire damage.
Okay. So after Toddle's quick blast, you follow it up with 2 quick slashes of your sword, which does not quite bring it down, although it is looking like it could fall over with a breath.
Well, I already used my action surge. What I will use right now, just because, I took a lot of body blows last time, is I'm going to use my second wind, which is my bonus action.
Take a moment, center yourself, breathe, gain a little bit of health back.
Exactly. So a 7 plus 4 is 11. And I end my turn.
All right, then we are back around to Calamity.
Okay, with a bonus action, I am going to use a cantrip that is actually a spell, but it's a cantrip for me. It was one of my god blessings. I am
Damn it, Anne.
So I still have like an arrow in my side that I'm working with, but I still see the ones that have been attacking me via arrows and stuff, right? Do I see them still?
Yep.
Okay, I am going to open my hand, and like black matter starts to come from my black fur and create this orb. But then I like concentrate, and the orb splits into two and begins to grow and grow. And it's almost like two black holes swirling around each other with like different colors and warping around them.
Two black holes.
And I am going to send a twinned chromatic orb, one at the guy who's been attacking me, and the other archer that attacked my friends. Let's see if we can get them.
My god gave me scrying.
My god gave me thunder. My god gave me thunder stuff, so.
I am going to use...
Or lightning,
what's
rather.
this feature called?
The old double ball.
I'm going to use my sorcerer's trait, Tides of Chaos, to give myself advantage on this.
Ooh.
Okay, so the one that attacked me does a 23 hit,
Yes.
and for the one that attacked my friends, there's a 13 hit that one.
No.
All right. Do I want to use... No. Okay. So this one is for the guy who attacked me, so that's going to be these bad boys. We're going to use Sorcerer's Energy to reroll these two. Better. So that's going to come to a total of... $27 points of... We're going to call this thunder damage.
Alright. You fling these balls at these creatures, one of which sort of splatters uselessly on the wall, and the other one hits the one that you've been sort of wailing on directly in the face. And with that burst of thunder damage, there's a clap of sound, and its carapace, which had already been going purple and kind of cracked, just sort of like cracks all over the place, all at once. It doesn't quite shatter, but it all up and down its front, it just sort of gets cracks all along it, and it just sort of drops off the wall and falls flat on the ground, kind of kicking up the black frost like it's dust.
Do I feel like thunder hit harder than other things I've seen?
Not necessarily.
Okay. That was my bonus action. I'm going to use my action to finally take out the arrow. And I'm going to and as I cover the wound, my fur starts to kind of like spark out of control, and it's almost like on instinct I inhale, and I need everyone around me except my friends. Let me see the distance on this. What's the distance on this?
What is this?
It's everything within 10 feet of me. How many would you say are in 10 feet of me?
6.
6. All right, all of them that are not my friends, because I can choose who gets affected by this. They all have to make a Constitution saving throw against me. As I inhale, I'm guessing all of them have that golden glow inside them, their carapace.
Mm-hmm.
Make a perception check.
Oh, will do. 19 perception.
They do not.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
None of them do.
Word. Sounds good. What did they get on that Constitution save?
All right, we've got a 21, a 19,
Saves.
a nat 1.
Fail.
What? That totally saves. An 18, a 17,
Wow.
and another nat 1.
Wow.
This dice
Good
getting
roll.
melted down.
All right, two of them fail, the rest succeed. So the ones that succeed take half damage. But let me see, 7 of these. As my body casts Wither and Bloom in this area, and I will take from them and give to myself.
How
I don't
selfish
have.
of you.
I don't happen to get the green leader, do I? In this?
No.
Okay.
They're standing about 15 feet back, just out of range of this kind of thing.
Ooh, this is a good roll. It could be better. I'm gonna use a sorcery point to reroll these. Okay, better. All right, so everyone who fails takes 31 points of necrotic damage.
Motherfucker.
And everyone who succeeds
right.
take half of that.
You said 31, right?
That's correct.
And
It's like, I don't know what they have that's making them live, but whatever magic is keeping them sustained, that magic trails from them into me to close up my wound as I heal.
all right. So you suck the life out of these creatures. 2 of them particularly, all of it is this sort of ethereal green stream that flows in as you breathe in and heals your wound. The one that Avaran hit just on their last turn just keels right over. None of the others go down entirely, but every single one of them looks a lot worse than it did before.
And as I inhale and my wound like closes itself completely, I'm just like, and like little bits of that green spirit, that green soul or whatever, kind of like spurts out. I'm just gonna be like, I feel a lot better now. And that's my turn.
Well, that's fucking gross. All right.
Wow.
It is the archers' turns. The 3 of them that are remaining.
No problem.
The one that is on the side that Calamity's been firing at fires at Calamity. 2 quick shots. Nat 20's going to hit. I don't think a 14 hits though.
Nat 20 gets through. 14 now.
Now that Nat 20 is going to be...
Good thing I
do
healed
math,
myself.
promise. 48 points of piercing damage.
Okay. So I take
Which would be real
24.
bad if you didn't have resistance to fucking piercing.
It'd be super bad. Oh god.
Not me.
I mean, 24 is still pretty bad though.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Luckily,
okay.
you just healed.
Right back in the same spot.
Wow.
One of the ones on the other side is going to fire 2 quick shots at Avaran. That one won't hit, but a 24 probably.
Oh yeah,
will.
that definitely hits.
So that is going to be 23 points of piercing damage. And the other one's going to
Thankfully, I just
fire
healed.
2 quick shots at Toddle. 19 hits or no?
It's my exact AC, so.
It is.
Yep.
That's 22 points of piercing damage.
Okie dokie. Ah! Take 2 hours. And I'm just like, oh god. Okay.
These archers are clearly not, the most accurate ever because they're missing as many arrows as they hit, but they're fast and their bows are powerful. So every shot they do land is really cutting into you. And the leader is you get the impression Calamity that is looking at you. It's kind of hard to tell because of its eyes, but you just kind of get that feeling that it's staring right at you. And then it leaps forward, swinging its scimitar out at lightning speed. And instead of attacking Avaran, whose back you're on, it's just swinging directly up towards Calamity, who it just watched suck the life out of its soldiers. That's going to be a 25 to hit, a 14 to hit, and another 14 to hit.
The other one.
So it only catches with you with one hit. But that is going to be 7 slashing damage, as well as 8 poison damage.
8 poison damage. Okay. Got it.
From its scimitar as it nicks you. Sort of imagining that Avaran, isn't just going to stand there as this happens, and so the other two are missing as he kind of steps back away from it.
Thanks, Avery.
And the remaining warriors on the ground, of which there are 5 at this point, are just going to kind of keep making their aggressive movements towards the two of you. Toddle, are you still conscious?
Yes, I am.
Okay. They are actually at this point sort of hesitant to attack Avaran, seeing that basically everyone that's hit him has immediately gotten chopped down. They're kind of hanging back a little bit more, so whereas the ones on the walls are firing as fast as they can, these guys are kind of slowing down a little bit in their attacks and trying to play a little defensively. They are still swinging out a little bit, and the first one is gonna get a bite attack landed on you, Avaran, for 7 piercing damage. The second one similarly lands its mandibles in your arm, and it gets a pretty good critical bite there for 14 points of piercing damage. The third one really is kind of trying to play it back. It manages to catch you a little bit with its claws, but no more than that. Which does 11 points of slashing damage.
Luckily, I'm resistant to that too.
Son of a bitch. And then the last 2 are swinging at Toddle. And even these ones are trying to play a little bit defensively here. And so they're not taking their full attacks at this point. But one of them does land a hit on Toddle for 7 piercing damage. And the other one lands another hit for 6 piercing damage.
Toddle's now starting to slump a little bit, and he's not looking good.
And it is Toddle's turn.
Okay.
And I am aware of the time. We'll wrap this up pretty quick.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna do action and bonus action. So he's gonna be like, okay, like after seeing all these creatures attack, how close is the leader to Tall right
15 feet from you.
now? 15?
Oh no,
Okay.
he's moved in closer, so he's about
moving
10,
close.
10 feet from
Yeah.
you, 5 feet from Avery and Calamity.
So he's gonna just sight him out and is gonna shuffle up his coat and like his robe and like have kind of something he's like looking for, and he's poking around, and he pulls out this like really like goopy looking sort of sharp object. And he's gonna attach this to his crossbow that he has at his arm, and he's gonna shoot it. And basically, this is flavor text for Toddle's casting Mill's acid arrow.
Sweet.
So, let me do the thing. 26 to hit.
That'll hit.
All right, let's do this.
You're chucking this ball of acidy goop directly at the leader,
Yes, that's correct.
right?
And Toddle's like main weapon he uses is his little like light crossbow. So
Okay.
he has it like just on his hand that he like whenever he like pulls up his sleeve it pops out.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's kind of his thing. So he grabs that goopy sort of gross looking thing, launches it right at the enemy. 15 points of acid damage. And I need you to make, what is it? At the end of the leader's next turn, 2d4 acid damage. I think
Gotcha.
that's how it works, right? It'll be like something like that.
I believe you.
I did it.
And yet, I'm also going to look it up. And
Oh, 3, because I cast it at 3rd level. Okay, so I just did, it was 5d4 damage, and then you'll have 3d4 damage at the end of its turn.
gotcha. Sounds good.
Yay! I did it! I did it!
Everett, go ahead.
So, refresh my memory. The leader, he came up, attacked Calamity, and did he move back?
No, he's basically face to face with you right now.
All right, let's get that fucker. All right, first attack is a 21 to hit.
That will hit, yes.
3rd level smite.
Oh, you ain't fucking around.
No, I am not. All right.
1 second. I wanted to do a bonus action as well. I'm
Go
sorry.
for it.
I forgot. I'm so sorry.
All right, I will hold on.
I was gonna cast a mass healing word for everybody, so we can all gain some health, if that's okay.
Do you allow
I'm not
DM?
against being
Is
healed.
that okay?
Oh, yeah,
Is
yeah,
that
absolutely.
okay?
Go ahead. Yeah.
That's okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Let's see. Of course it's gonna make me roll by itself. Dumb. Okay. 1d4. 4 plus.
Don't forget when you heal things, you do a bonus of like 4 healing or something.
Yeah, so I rolled a 2, and then your spellcasting ability. Where is that? Oh, 4. So 6.
I'll take it.
Yeah, so it's an extra 6 because I rolled a 2, and then plus 4 modifier. Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
Everybody, including you, heals 6.
Yay!
Well, okay, so wait. So you rolled a 2, and your modifier
Yes.
is a +4.
Yes.
And you have a passive thing as an alchemist artificer that when you heal something, you do additional healing. That's also a thing of 4.
Oh, it is?
So it's
Yes.
10?
So it's 10!
Yes.
Thank you for reminding me about how artificers work, because I don't remember these things. Oh, it's he's right, the regenerative agents, yeah.
Restorative reagents.
Hooray.
Whenever a character drinks something you've created. This creature gains temporary hit points equal to. Oh no, wait, that's not it.
No, that's not it.
Damn it! I don't know.
We'll figure it out later. We'll just go with it for now. So 10. Avery, you are smiting the shit out of this motherfucker.
I am, but I
it's-
think I'm also going to use my bonus action to Hunter's Mark him. Because I have that. So we're going to do...
Are you a paladin fighter ranger?
No, but I'm an Oath of Vengeance paladin.
Ah.
Alright. So, just my normal attack is 14, 21 regular damage, plus another 5 from the Hunter's Mark, plus 7 fire damage, and then I have my Smite radiant damage, which is 16 radiant damage.
Pretty good.
And now for my next attack. Wait, how does he look?
Bad.
All right. Now for my next
He is stumbling backwards.
Oh! So as a champion fighter, I get crits on 19 and 20, so I just crit it on that. And I'm going to level 3 smite it again.
Jesus Christ.
What you're telling me is you built this character to do as much damage as possible.
Nova! Alright. So. That's the fire. That's the regular. Alright, so 9, 7, 16, 32 regular damage,
Uh-huh.
plus an additional 6 from the Hunter's Mark,
Uh-huh.
plus 16 fire damage,
Uh-huh.
and then there's my smite damage,
Uh-huh. Can you smite
which is
twice in a turn?
I
I
believe
don't
you
know.
can, but that's up to you.
I'll
I'll
defer to the DM.
There is no limitation on the numbers of times you can do in turn, provided you hit the target where you can spend one
That's
spell
right.
per hit. Hence,
Wonderful.
attack feature
Yep.
allowed to attack twice in a turn.
So
Yep. It's not actually casting a spell, it's just expending spell slot.
So that's another
cool. That's
20.
so cool.
That's another 24 radiant damage.
Yeah, this dude basically doesn't exist anymore. With your first hit, with your strong swing, strong precise because of the Hunter's Mark, and the blast of fire and the giant blast of holy energy, it staggers backwards, kind of reeling from it, and you quickly follow it up with another strong slash, and the holy light blasts it into pieces. Its head lands and rolls, and its arms and legs just sort of splat into the snow, and its torso is basically annihilated.
Nice.
And Calamity, go ahead.
Okay.
Wait, before Calamity goes, can I speak to the rest of the group?
You can.
Yes.
Your leader has fallen. You have a chance to run now, or bear the same fate as him.
Roll intimidation.
And that is a 14 plus 3, 17.
Gnome energy.
He's not
Fear
a gnome.
me.
Oh, you. Oh.
I am.
Calamity.
Fear me, fear me.
It's not their turn, so they can't run away yet.
Fair enough.
Okay. I'm just reading Hex real quick. If the target drops to 0 hit points before the spell ends, you can use your bonus action. Okay, so how many are on the ground with us?
There are 5 still alive on the ground.
Okay, so after Avaranth says that amazing kind of warning, I want to say Calamity takes out the other arrow that he just got critted with, like at the beginning of the round, and he sees his like own blood. He's like, and he is going to throw up this black acid spew all over the 5 of them if he can. I'm doing dragon breath acid.
Okay.
All right, so
Oh man, I thought you were just puking on my head.
No, I'm
just
puking
wanted
on
to.
them. They all have to, and it's just because he got sick. He didn't even mean to. They all have to make a saving throw. Dexterity save, please.
Okay.
Bonus action. I'm moving my my hex to one of the 5.
17, 17, 24,
God damn.
20, and 14.
14 fails. Everyone else succeed. They take half damage. Damn. All right, here we go. Here's my throw up. Take all of it. That was a really good roll, actually. Wow. All right, so that's gonna be
Did you say the 17 failed or just the 14?
only the 14 failed. Everyone else succeeded. So that's gonna be. The one that failed takes 30 points of acid damage, and the
It
other
dies.
the other 4 take 15.
Okay.
And that one that got hex takes an extra. I'm gonna re-roll that. That's takes 5 points of necrotic damage on top of that 15.
I'm assuming you moved the hex to one of them when the leader died, because originally it was
Yes.
all leader.
Yes. I can use. I
Okay.
did use my bonus action to move it in the middle of them.
Okay. So the one that's like most directly in front of you just sort of starts to melt from the acid, collapses on the ground, still its carapace melting away. You're starting to see its insides. And those insides do look like they're flesh and bone. They don't look like they're made out of gear and metal.
Oh. Okay.
And the others around you all take this damage. At first, the 4 of them are still standing, and then one of them, the hex sort of just like crawls around, turning it a little bit more purple, and it sort of just slowly collapses down to the ground.
And the last thing before I move my turn, DM, I need you to roll a D100, please, as the bad luck blitz happens, or my wild magic.
Nice. 23.
23. Good luck, Avery. I don't know what's gonna happen. Oh well. Yeah, I just my fur just turns a vibrant shade of blue and purple, and I would have cured any curse put upon me. So nothing. So I only changed color.
Okay, you permanently change color.
And that's it.
And at that, and having been thoroughly intimidated by Avaran, the 3 remaining on the ground, as well as the 3 remaining on the walls, all go to take off into the sky. The ones on the walls can make a clean getaway. The ones on the ground, each of you can make an opportunity attack if you like.
I will.
Hell yeah!
I will.
All right.
Let me. Do I have the feet that I need? Oh no. I'm
You're
just gonna swipe them. Yeah.
Yeah, same.
I'll swipe too. I'm not going to be left out. I am an
Incredible.
Vengeance.
You can run now if you want. Actually, no.
I'm just gonna try. I'm just gonna try. So I got a total of only 14 to hit.
That does not hit.
Yeah. I'm too sick. Too sick.
22?
That does hit.
Yay! Get crossbowed. You get 5 piercing damage.
I got a nat 1, so.
All right. Not the best ever opportunity attacks.
That's okay.
All 3 of them do get away, although one of them gets away with a crossbow bolt buried in its shoulder. And they all
Nice.
quickly launch themselves into the sky with their buzzing wings moving so fast that you really can't even hear them. You just hear that buzzing sound that's like the sound a bee would make, but far louder. And all 6 of these quickly disappear around one of these very tall buildings, and you are left standing in the middle of this street with the black snow mostly scattered all around you. You've kind of cleared this space around you, between you and them, and these bodies alternately blown apart, cracked, melted. and that's where we're gonna end. And if we have this happen again, if Anne's not able to make it, then we can finish this up.
Yeah,
Two
roll
shot.
right back.
That was a
Oh.
blast. That
That
was
was
a
awesome.
blast,
Oh,
Avery.
Avery!
I'm glad.
Thank you for handing
so
us.
much.
Yeah,
Welcome.
really on a
Mhm.
silver platter.
It was
Giving
really
us up
fun.
to the gods. I love it. That was a lot
It
of
was a
fun.
lot of fun.
Before we raid to the next, I just want to let everyone know that this Friday I'm going to be over on Jason's channel on Critical Dice, their Twitch channel, doing our monthly Grey Watch game, and this game is going to be a charity for St. Jude's. So please come and join us. Tell your friends. Let
save
everyone you
children.
know that are really into charity or just St. Jude's, let them know. It's going to be a blast. I have no idea what Jason has planned, but it's going to be a great time. We are doing a all-out event with Lord Gazumba. It's a number of channels like we did last year, and it's going to be a blast. It's going to be this Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. What is that? What is that our time? What is that Pacific?
Minus
5.
Yeah,
Five.
Minus 3.
5 p.m. Pacific.
Pacific.
Join us then on Critical Dice's Twitch. And while I look for the next channel to raid, I will leave it to
Us.
Chris, Avery, and Mackenzie to think of a rating message for.
Oh, I just put it in the
Yeah,
chat.
you did. That's good.
Lost in New York. That's a good one.
I love that.
They want you to put a link in the chat to the thing that's going on Friday.
I believe that's the channel.
Yeah, I'll go.
Should be in
ahead
the
and-
Discord on the day of, right?
Yeah, it'll also be in our
Yes.
Discord.
So, can you please put the Discord in the chat for me, Mackenzie?
Sure.
All right, let's see who was live.
If I could spell.
Dicord.
Dicord.
Let's see.
Dicord.
Do.
Oh, thank you so much, Avery, for letting us adventure in your one shot, because that was a lot of fun.
Welcome. Thank
Yeah,
you for having me.
Eager to see how it ends.
Yeah, I want to know more about these. We haven't had any robot, despite the fact that Anne has stated that her world is not like totally unknown to like automatons, guns, those types of things. We never have.
Haven't seen any.
We haven't quite seen it. We're still kind of set in like a high.
We've only seen one, and that was in the box we were in, the magic box.
Mm-hmm. So it's cool to see different things, and this is great because we see different things from GW. Every different DM that's played has had a different vision of how this world that Anne has created, or how to work with at least these characters that live in the world that Anne has created.
Yeah.
All right. So I have already decided where we are
Yay.
going. I am Chris, I don't see your message in chat.
It's further up.
Oh, it's here.
further
Here.
up.
I got you.
Thank you. I want to be ready.
Beep beep.
I love that. We are going to wind down with our friend Quincy. It looks like Quincy is having. Let's see, copy. Quincy is having a story time Monday, and so we're gonna go and downwind there. So
That sounds lovely.
everyone, be sure to copy the crew's raid message so we can get this poppin'.
Woohoo! Yay! I love Quincy.
Yeah, Quincy's a great guy. And while that is buffering up, again, thank you, Avery. A fantastic time. And we will see you all next week on Monday. Will our DM be here? Will she not?
We
We'll
don't
find out
know.
together.
Either way,
Oh.
Avery will be here.
Yeah,
That's the plan.
Typically this group of folks will be here. Smile.
either as the challenging
There will be a
DM,
stream.
or
Something will happen.
or some kind of demon that wants to kill us. We'll find out.
Yeah.
But until then, I will see you guys on Friday.
Oh,
Bye.
yeah. Bye. Bye. Oh, yeah.